Happy Vlogmas Day 4. Welcome to my bathroom. It is very, very cold out in Chicago. The feels like is -7 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is cold out there. My boyfriend is gonna drive me to Pilates, but I am gonna walk home, so I need to be fully prepared. So we're gonna do a fleece. Oh, that's fine. Because I like how that comes up here. I have a new neck scarf that I got delivered yesterday, and I will end up wearing a hat as well, but that'll be on the way home. I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll stop at a coffee shop and whatever, like work from there, but then I was like, oh no, we will not be doing that. We want to get home. I have some grand deals to film. I need to be at my house to do it. So that's what we're gonna do. And I will walk on the treadmill later. My goodness, I need some self-tan. I have it, I just don't have the patience to put it on. So we're not putting it on, but. All right, I'm gonna finish getting ready for Pilates. I will not be able to film while I'm walking because it is so cold. But I will come back and chat in a little bit. I love waking up every morning to your comments about the Vlogmas from the day before. It's like really fun to read, and you guys are so sweet. And again, sending me messages and that on Insta. Keep it up. I love it. This is my Paris Happy New Year mug from Anthro. I never ended up getting the Chicago one, so I was like, I got a different Chicago one. So here we are. All right, I need to get going because class starts soon. Although I'm not walking there.
This is the Pilates studio.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have to walk. This is the Pilates studio. It's so gorgeous. I just love it. It is 2:30 and I have not showered or gotten my steps in. I've been working the whole time. So we are at, let's see, oh gosh, how many steps for the day? Only 3,000. So I'm gonna go on the treadmill in a little bit. I probably need to remember to blow out this candle. This is a very perfume candle. It's by Beauty Pie. I love the packaging. It's really good. Okay. I was gonna film something, but then I was like, no, you know what? We'll just do it tomorrow. So we're gonna do it tomorrow. I'm also looking at my vlogging camera sitting right here. I've not been using this. I've been using my phone. I have not started the vlog edit yet. I am a mess. It's fine. I'm not actually a mess. But yesterday on my Instagram stories, I asked if you would like me, like what questions you wanted me to answer on my vlog. So I thought I would go like through some of them. I'm not going to answer all of them because some of them are honestly just like strange. So let's see. Oh gosh, I need to open them all up. No, okay, we'll start here. Okay, let's start with the first page of whatever. I don't even know anymore. Okay. Where are you in the sibling order? 1, 2, or 3? Age differences. Just curious. So I am the oldest of 3. I have a brother and a sister. Let's see. How do you find motivation to stay consistent with your exercise? So I think that there's like I have been an athlete my whole life. So I started gymnastics when I was 3. And so I'm just used to moving my body. Like my body feels off when I don't use it or move it. However, there have definitely been years where I wasn't consistent. So I'll do this in 2 parts. 1, we have Pilates, and 2, we have walking. So I've been doing Pilates for, 3 or 4, almost 4 years now. I found a studio in my neighborhood that I absolutely love. And I love the instructors. I love the choreography. No class is ever the same. But what I love the most is how it feels on my body, in my body. Because after having been a gymnast and also a dancer and diver, so I've always done sports or something, I always need to stretch or my body just does not feel good. And I also love strength, but I used to have to weight train when I was younger, which probably honestly wasn't what we were supposed to be doing, but I have always done strength and conditioning, and I despise the traditional form of it. I am very particular when it comes to workouts, and it took me until 4 years ago to find a workout that I love. Now, when I say Pilates, I mean your traditional reformer Pilates. I don't mean salad core. I don't mean Legree. I don't mean mat method Pilates. I mean classic Joseph Pilates reformer. I despise taking classes when the instructor is on a microphone because it sounds like they're yelling at me. And I was yelled at in gymnastics my entire career for 17 years. So I do not like to be I feel like a microphone is yelling. I typically don't like group fitness, but there's only 8 reformers and no one talks and it's very calm. The studio has exposed brick, hardwood floors, the sun's coming in, or on a gloomy day, it's just like such a vibe. I can see the Sears Tower from there. So like this studio is great. And there's also a monetary part of it that helps me stay motivated. So I do the unlimited class or unlimited per month, which is like honestly like the most ridiculously expensive thing that I do. However, if I'm going to overspend or overpay for something in my life, it's going to be for my health and wellness. And that works for me. So there's already an insane monthly rate for this studio that has gone up like 3 or 4 times since I started. But so then I try to maximize my average cost per class. So that motivates me to go to more classes. And on top of that, there is a $25 cancellation fee for those doing unlimited packages. So if I cancel less than 12 hours before the class starts, I get dinged with $25. So now that increases my monthly rate, which means I just paid more and either I need to go to more classes or just suck it up for the month. So that is motivating. But it's nice because if I have like an 8 a.m. class, I either take a 7:30 or an 8 a.m. because like not every day, I think it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is like 7, 8, 9 a.m. And then Tuesday, Thursday is like on the half hour. But either way, if I take an 8 a.m. class and I'm out to dinner at night and it's like 7:30, I'm like, I'm just feeling tired or I think this is going to be a late night, then I have time to cancel that class. So the motivation comes in like 2 forms for that. And then also it is just about a 15-minute walk to class. So for me, that's not shorter would be great, but it's actually the perfect because then I automatically get a half-hour walk-in. So I'm already halfway into my steps. Today, my boyfriend gave me a ride because he was going to work at the same time and the feels like was -7 Fahrenheit and -22, I looked it up, Celsius. So I bundled up and I walked home. So that's why I'm only at 3,000 steps, I would have been at like 4,500 by now. Or 5,000, but that's okay. We're gonna go walk on the treadmill. So that is part 2. So I'm doing Pilates a long time. This is the longest answer, sorry. In March, I talked about this in another vlog. I made a decision that I was going to walk at least 10,000 steps a day. And when I decide something and I am like committing to myself, like I'm like, oh, we are going to do this, then I do it. And 10,000 steps was something that for me, I'm like, I can make this happen. Now it was the end of March, so it was much easier because it was like warmer out, which is kind of perfect. Like when I started, I was like, okay, 10,000 steps. In my mind, 10,000 steps is like 1 hour of walking. It is not. It for me, at least I'm 5'2", my legs are short. It depends on how quickly I'm walking, but typically an hour walk isn't enough. So going to Pilates to and from plus an hour long walk plus just me maybe running to the grocery store or something like that, like I'll get in like 13,000 steps. But when it's this cold, I have found that I need to walk on the treadmill. Now I've been sitting here for hours. So I didn't change for a reason. So I need to like trick my brain into everything. So I still have my Pilates outfit on. And I am like ready to go. Like all I need to do is put on my gym shoes and go downstairs because there's a small gym in my building that has a few treadmills. So that is how I stay motivated. I also really love the way I feel. I like the way my clothes fit. I don't talk about this because I went through so much in gymnastics as far as, like, gosh, the things that they said and did to us. God, I've been called fat since I was, I don't know, was I 11 or 12? Not by my parents, by the coaches. So I've been called fat. I had been weighed in. I was given diet pills. I was given laxatives, all of those things. So I have to be very, very careful with how I approach fitness and healthy eating. And I could really go both extremes. I could just like eat pizza and burgers and fried food, or I know that I could go the other way and be like, no, we're not going to eat. We ate too much yesterday. I don't do that anymore. Lots of self-reflection, therapy, things like that to help me with that. So I don't talk about what I eat in a day and things like that, but I did make the decision. I had been, I've mentioned that my mom passed 2 years ago, and she was sick for quite a few years before that. And so when I look back at photos and videos, I can see how sad I was. And I just, having a bagel every morning just gave me some sense of joy, or ordering takeout, like it just was like, at least something's going to make me happy. And so back in March, I was like, at the end of March, I'm like, you know what, we're going to walk 10,000 steps at least a day. And then we're going to just make better decisions. Last night I had a cheeseburger and way too many fries, but it was delicious. And today I had scrambled eggs with peppers and onions. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I really, really want some toast. And I had a frozen piece of jalapeno sourdough in my freezer. So I had that, which is fine, which is great. It's all about balance. And that's like not bad. Or at least for me, it's not bad. So anyways, that is the longest answer of how I stay motivated. We should do one more, and then I'm going to go on the treadmill. We could do a couple more. I'm going to do this one later. You seem so comfortable in your own skin. How did you get to that point? We'll do that when I do my makeup. Have I ever been married or engaged? I get this question all the time. No, I've never been married. I've never been engaged. Oh gosh, there's interesting ones. What's my workout routine? I just answered that. I walk and I do Pilates. And by the way, the walking is 7 days a week. No excuses. The Pilates is 3 to 4 times a week. Now with the walking, there are some days where I just don't hit it. Like the day after Thanksgiving, it just didn't happen. So I'm okay with that. And I just walk more the next day or the next couple of days just to like make sure my monthly average is at 10K. Actually, I make sure my monthly average is at, it was at 13,000 for a couple months, but that was the warmer months. Now it's down to like close to 12, which is fine. I'll answer this one. Are you bringing back the podcast? Ready to hear about women doing cool jobs? Yes, I'm going to bring back the podcast. It is going to be, I guess, similar to this where I'm like talking. I have tried to bring back the podcast I tried to bring it back last year, and it was just a lot. There was a lot of interesting things that happened, but one of them was I had started that corporate job. And so I was just like, whoa. I need to like slow down and get my short form videos out, and we can worry about YouTube and podcasting later. So yes, podcasting is coming back. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to talk about. So, you guys can just let me know. Comment below. Let me know what you would like me to talk about on the podcast. I am open to having guests. I'm thinking having a guest once a month, once every other month, whenever it makes sense. And I also was thinking about, just based off of a lot of messages that I receive, people are really sweet and they ask me very personal questions. So I was thinking of, if you ever remember like Dear Abby, where people would ask very like detailed emotional questions, I was thinking of like a Dear Jen section within the podcast. So let me know what you think about that. Let me know. And I can have like a private form where you submit the questions. So yeah. Oh, another question. I said I would answer one or two. How do you have the motivation to work out or just go on a simple walk? I have already answered that. An extended length of time. Another one. Are you doing more episodes of your podcast? Okay, cool. So with that, I am going to go for that walk and then I'm going to edit my Vlogmas. I'm going to shower, get ready, do my makeup, and then I'm going to a Nordstrom event tonight, which I am very much looking forward to. Well, it is 5:30 and I finally showered. This vanity is a total mess. And my vanity lights are not working. So I just had to order some more. I guess they last about a year. It's a cheap Bezos thing, but it's like a very specific setup that I have here. I do need to figure out a ring light situation for doing these videos because the light that I have is so big, like ridiculous. Ooh, should I do a red lip? I think I might. I haven't done a red lip in so long. Let me see if this turns up. This does. Okay, I haven't done a red lip in so long. I have so many options. I have an entire drawer full of them. We could go with Classic MAC Ruby Woo, which is probably honestly what we're gonna go with. We do have this gorgeous, oh, this is a gorgeous color. I'm gonna do this by Merit. Well, we'll try. We'll use, which lip liner will we use? I'm so terrible about using lip liner. I know that so many people actually love it. I've just never gotten in the habit. All right, well we're gonna do the makeup super quick because I'm going to this event at Nordstrom and I mean, it starts in a half hour, which is fine. Like I don't need to be there in a half hour. But I do, sorry if this is loud on that end. I also haven't edited the Vlogmas, so most likely is not going up today. I'm sorry about that. That's going to keep happening. Occasionally, I will do my best. Where is the thing that I am looking for? Way too much makeup for one person. Because I have the stuff that I love, and then I have stuff that brands send me, and then I love those things, and then I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to use all this stuff? So I know, it's whatever. This is a Charlotte Tilbury stick that I am just trying to use the rest of. It's good. It's not my favorite product to glow. So I want to use it and be done. So yeah. Ooh, if we're doing a red lip, I typically don't do much with an eyeliner. So we'll see what this all looks like. I hate that I can't see myself in my big mirror that's right here. So tonight is the Nordstrom event. Again, I am not a top spender, but I have a couple girls who work there who are awesome. And she's like, you have to come. And I was like, I would love to. So TBD on where we're going to go after that. It should be really nice. Another question someone asked in the comments yesterday or today, I don't know what day it was how did I meet my boyfriend? So I have answered this on a Instagram and TikTok post, but I haven't done it here on YouTube. So I thought, while I'm doing my makeup, might as well chat about it. So first things first, he is, social media is not something that you will see him on. I am not trying to hide him. I am trying to respect his wishes. There is a big difference. And that's something that he doesn't want to be a part of. And, he is my biggest cheerleader behind the scenes, and he knows way more about social media and influencer marketing and stuff like that than I think he ever wanted to know, just because he listens to me talk about it. But as far as him being on my pages, that's just not something that will be shown. So with that said, we met a little over a year ago. We haven't been dating that long, but we met a little over a year ago. So it was a day where I was supposed to be with family and at home, and plans got changed around, and I decided to go on this influencer day trip to this venue. And he was working at the venue at the time, and that is how we met. So we met briefly. That was it. All of us got introduced to a bunch of people, and that was that. It was just, it really I didn't even cross my mind. Literally didn't even cross my mind that this was someone that I would date. Because we said, hi, nice to meet you. That's it. Like, that's all it was. So then in June, it was right after my birthday. I had just gotten back from New York. So I went to New York for one of my good friends' weddings. And when I got back, one of my neighbors and friends, she's like, hey, do you want to go on a walk? And I said, sure, like, because she and I go on walks together all the time. She's like my best walking buddy. So she's like, do you want to go on a walk? And I was like, yeah, let's go. And it was just starting to get nice out. I realize I'm saying June, but like Chicago, sometimes, like, my birthday's June 2nd, and I've hosted birthday parties. Like, when I used to live in a studio, I would host parties in the backyard because it was the biggest space that I had. And I have years where there are pictures where it is pouring rain and cold and everyone's in rain jackets and stuff. I have other years where it is so hot that we're all in tank tops and dresses. And then I have other years where it's so cold that we can't even host it outdoors. So it really just kind of depends. So this was one of those days where it was starting to warm up and I was working from home. And so she's like, let's go for a walk. And I had not put on any makeup that day, which, like, I don't mind walking around with no makeup. I just don't feel confident, like, walking into a bar or, like, restaurant and being like, let's meet guys. Like, I just don't feel that confident. So anyways, we're on a walk. That's the later part of the story. And we're walking for about an hour and she's like, hey, do you want to go see if we can, like, meet some guys? And I was like, I mean, yeah, like, it's never worked before, but let's give it a shot. And so, did I already do this? I don't even know. And so we're like, okay. So we decided to go on we were like, okay, let's go to this bar. And then we're like, oh shoot, we can't because we could only sit inside and neither of us had makeup on and we only had sunglasses. So we're like, okay, we have to sit in an outdoor patio. So we found a place in our neighborhood with an outdoor patio. We sat down and we're like, okay, yes, this isn't happening for us. It was like a bunch of women and whatever. And then, I don't know, like, out of nowhere, he walks up and he's like, hi, do you remember me? And I was like, actually, I do. I said, we met at such and such place on whenever. And yeah, and he's like, cool. Do you want to go out to dinner sometime? And I said, yes. And that's kind of how that went down. So, yeah, like, it was because of social media, yet it was like personally-ish, I guess you could say. So yeah, so that's how we met. And we've been dating ever since. You'll see that I am in the suburbs a lot. He does live in the suburbs, so it is a really nice break for me to go out there. I spent, as you know, because you've been watching, the last, let's see, what was I there? Sunday evening through Wednesday morning? Yeah, so we switch it up. We do things like that. It's nice. It's nice to, like, not be at home and, I don't know, there's some things where, which one should we use? Let's use the newer one. Second, please. Okay, there we go. I do need a little eyeliner. I have never worn this color. It is pretty. It's just not the red that I want. Silver tends to, like, wash me out. So if I don't have self-tan on, which I don't today, and I haven't for a while, come on. I don't know where we're going to go to dinner tonight. Lots of people are asking about holiday movies and holiday traditions. So let's start with traditions. I don't really have any. I do want to go see the Home Alone house because I've never gone. It's in the Chicago suburbs, like north. And then I also, let's see, I want to go to this bar called Butch McGuire's because they, like, deck it out for Christmas. And I got to go last year just for, like, one drink because my friends wanted to leave. As far as holiday movies, okay. First of all, I love The Holiday. Like, love it. Second of all, have you ever seen Surviving Christmas? Because if you haven't, okay, we got to fix the hair too. We're going to go in there. As Ben Affleck, James Gandolfini, Christina Applegate, oh my God, Moira from Schitt's Creek. It has, Catherine O'Hara. And it is so funny. Like, it's So funny. My sister and I find it to be hilarious. It has the worst ratings on all the things, but we absolutely love it, and I'm gonna make sure my boyfriend watches it because, like, it's just so good. This red lip is much better in this light. So the holiday, Surviving Christmas. I love Home Alone. There's a lot of Christmas movies that take place in Chicago. Surviving Christmas takes place in a Chicago suburb. It's crazy. And then I love Elf. I think it's so funny. I want to watch that soon. Trying to think of other ones. Those are kind of like the main. I'm also a sucker for any sort of like Hallmark show. I gotta figure out how to get that thing to lay right. The struggle's real. And so, yeah, like I'll watch those. I was watching one yesterday. It's like, you know it's gonna happen before the movie even starts, but they're still fun to watch. So yeah, holiday traditions are different. I mean, I used to have some with my mom, like we would go shopping at the mall and we would go downtown and stuff like that, but you know, other than that, I don't really have any, and I don't know, it gets kind of hard sometimes. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your sweet comments and messages, and I will see you tomorrow.